Hi, my name's Pattie Simone, and I am delighted to be talking with Zach Burkes today. He is with a company called the Lock and Cap, and he's part of the VoltCrowd Job Creation and Innovation Challenge, which is also exciting. So Zach's going to tell us a little bit about himself, his company, and the goals that the company has for being a part of this different kind of crowdfunding platform, VoltCrowd, as I mentioned. So Zach, thanks so much for taking the time to chat.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about what you do for the company, what the company is about, and then we'll get into why you guys are a part of VoltCrowd.
Okay. Well, as you said, my name is Zach Burkes. I'm the Director of Business Development for the Lock and Cap. The Lock and Cap essentially is the first combination locking cap for prescription bottles and vials. We aim to prevent prescription drug abuse among children and teens. And as you may know or you may not know, prescription drug abuse is the biggest issue in America right now, the fastest growing drug problem, and we're just really hoping to stop that trend.
Yeah, I actually took a look at the site, obviously, in preparing for this interview, and watched the video, which is really heartfelt. And, you know, obviously as a mother, it certainly hit home for me how easy it is for abuse to happen in many different age groups. And it had not really occurred to me that the way a lot of these things are happening is just by taking a couple of pills at a time.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, there's some very staggering statistics out there. I mean, for instance, 2,500 children will abuse a prescription drug every day for the first time. So that's about 18,000 a week. And yeah, I mean, the statistics are incredible. And we're really just hoping to, cut that number in half and really make a difference by saving lives with our cap.
Yeah, so when people go to the site, they can see what it looks like, and again, it's a deterrent. Obviously, it's the first line of defense, because if the bottle disappears altogether, that's going to cause problems, or someone will be more aware of what's going on, right? So the fact that you're using the locking cap, is that initial deterrent.
Exactly. That's our plan. We always say that while if there is an addict, they will find a way to get their prescription pills. However, we think this will stop the curious teen. And if, for instance, or for any reason they do get into this prescription bottle or they're able to take it, that starts a conversation and it ends the denial. And as you said, it often starts with just a few pills here and there, and parents don't realize it or they're in denial. And so this really starts a conversation with their children to get them help.
So how did you get involved with VoltCrowd? And I know we had a little bit of a conversation before this where you mentioned that you had been on Kickstarter. What was your experience with that? And again, if you can give us a little bit of background about what's going on with VoltCrowd.
Okay, yeah. Well, we tried to do the Kickstarter, as I mentioned to you earlier, and they had a very narrow scope, and we weren't capable of doing that. And secondly, with the VoltCrowd, it was initially attracted us because we were able to keep the funds that we raised. Regardless of meeting our goal, we were able to keep whatever we did raise. And then since then, working with Johan, the team has just been amazing, incredible, and really helping us every step along the way. And also, as you mentioned, it's to create jobs. And I mean, we can all agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's innovation. There's so many different companies out there that what's hindering them is they don't have the operating capital, and basically a big part of the operating capital is being able to hire people, right? So if we're able to keep, like you said, what VoltCrowd allows us to do as finalists is keep whatever monies that we raise and put that towards creating the jobs that we need, or filling the jobs that each company needs in order to push that company forward. And obviously the more the company is successful, the more they'll be hiring as well.
Correct. So with the funds that we raise, as you mentioned, we're hoping to further our efforts in advertising, marketing, and with that, obviously, you need a bigger team. You need to get more people on the ground and working, and unless we, get those funds, it would be difficult for us to do so. So VoltCrowd has been very helpful in that regard.
Great, great. So, all right, we went over VoltCrowd. I'm just looking over my questions here. Can you be, you were specific about what kind of job functions. You feel that the marketing obviously is what people don't know about you guys, and so therefore with the funds you're going to be raising, you can help get the word out?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, early on, we focused on educating and building awareness about the prescription drug abuse because, as I said earlier, I don't know if too many people realize the magnitude or the the wide scale of the drug issue. And so early on, we really focused on educating and just building the awareness of the issue at hand. And then now we're trying to shift, or in the next 6 months, hopefully, build a stronger advertising and marketing campaign.
You've got your operations all handled on that end for right now, for the kinds of orders that you're fulfilling right now, then, is that correct?
That is correct. We were able to handle, early on it was a lot of the education and building awareness, molds, plastic, the packaging, everything that, the groundwork, and now it's just, building it from there.
I wanted to go back to something that you mentioned before because I do think that it's important for people to know about VoltCrowd as an entity to help them within this crowdfunding platform or environment. What you had said is about the team and also like the support that you get. That's something that attracted me to it as well, that there was going to be workshops and there was going to be a little bit more information to help me put my story together, to package it correctly, and also for the perks as well. So maybe you want to mention what kinds of perks that people would be able to get as a result of being a contributor on the platform.
Okay, yeah, as you mentioned, they provide workshops. I talk to Johan daily. He's always there, and the team is always there to help us with any questions we have, not only VoltCrowd, just business in general. He's a great mind, and he's been very helpful. As far as our perks go, our main one is the $15 one, which would provide you a locking cap and a little bit of literature about prescription drug abuse as far as the statistics, what you can do to safeguard or lock your medications. Because as a culture, as a norm in America, we don't lock our medications. And certain countries like Germany have, and they don't, I guess, suffer from the same issue that we currently do. So why not try to do that? So we included some literature to, safeguard and lock your medications, ways to know if your child or children are abusing prescription drugs, etc. And so I think that's probably our staple there, is to not only build education and awareness, but also provide a locking cap to lock your medications.
Sounds good. I would also, as I'm thinking as you're going through all of this, how important it is to give people that awareness about the signals that to look for. And I think this would be something, obviously, that a lot of schools would love to invite you guys in to give a program about this to the parents, so that the parents would have more awareness about it and they would be keyed into the signals or the signs that their children may be exhibiting, that that they could head something off, hopefully, and avert a tragedy.
Yeah, while we agree, or we believe that our cap can make a significant difference because it does lock your medication and acts as a deterrent, we realize that it's such a huge issue that it isn't going to be just us or one idea or product that will change everything. It's going to take a huge effort across the board, law enforcement agencies, nonprofit, private sector. It's going to take everyone chipping in, and education and building awareness of that issue is a key part of that.
So to wrap up here, what are the company's plans 6 months from now? So say you're going to participate in this particular challenge, and then what are you thinking of as being a way to expand or to get into different markets, or just in general, your overall hopes and goals for the future, I guess.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, in the next 6 months, we are hoping to further progress and expand our advertising and marketing efforts, and that's to really expand into other markets, as you said, potentially healthcare markets, working with nonprofits who align with us as far as the cause related, and really working to address that issue with them. Our retail efforts, we're currently undergoing overhaul on our packaging. And so it's in the next 6 months, we really hope just to move forward. We've really laid down the groundwork, and now it's time for us to just keep progressing.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with the challenge. I hope you reach the goal and then some, because again, if we go over, that's good as well. That gives us all more of a cushion and can help us scale faster and or expand our initiatives. So thank you again, Zach, for taking the time to share some information about the Lock and Cap. And where can people find out more information about the company and the challenge?
First of all, thank you so much for having me, and thank you to Johan. He's been a great help. Secondly, you can go to our website, thelockandcap.com, or you can just Google The Lock and Cap, and our website, along with several other websites, will come up linking to our website. As far as VoltCrowd goes, you can go to voltcrowd.com and you can browse through the campaign, see ours, or see the others. There's so many other great campaigns. As we've been saying, just support the small businesses, support the others, and really help us out.
We hope that people will take advantage of that and know that there's so many different levels of contributions out there. So even if they are spending $100, they could potentially kick in some funds and help 8 to 10 companies bring their mission, their vision, their product forward, and that's all good, right? And hopefully they're helping them to create those jobs as well.
Yeah, of course. Every bit helps, every small bit, and it also acts as a form of encouragement to keep us going. And so we really appreciate every donation.
Terrific. Well, thanks again, Zach, and I will keep tabs on you, and we'll maybe have a follow-up interview in a few months. How does that sound?
That sounds
Okay.
great. Thank you so much.
Great. Bye-bye.
All right.